You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be, sure.
Fair enough. Right. Just let me open this and this. Okay. So, we actually turned down Laura a bit on my end. I turned her up, but she is now too loud. There we go. Okay. So, while the others so far have started off their journeys, some arriving to a new town, some just kind of leading their day to day. You wake up on a hard, dusty floor. You actually wake up to the feeling of the sun beaming down on you, and you're woken by a deep, somewhat gruff voice. Um, just saying, "Hey, hey, get up." And that kind of like stirs you from your slumber. You don't open your eyes immediately, but through your eyelids you kind of like see the light of the sun casting down on you, which is slowly blocked out by a shadow looming over you.
Yeah. What?
You open your
Hello?
eyes. Oh, go on, go on.
No, that was.
Okay. You open your eyes and you see a large warforged, um, broad with a cobalt finish. He has no visible mouth, but he does have two white shining eyes. Um, he's just looking down at you. You see that he has the emblem of Kyrin on his like on his shield. He just says, "Wake up." Roaring's not allowed at this time of day, especially not with the hubbub.
What hubbub? So like, try to wake myself up, bro. Yeah. Kind of rubbing my eyes to slowly come up.
um, as you rub the grogginess from your eyes, you coming more into your body, and you feel sore. You feel like your muscles sore. You also feel like a bit bruised, and you feel that familiar pulse in your head from that you typically get after or during a fight. You look around you, and you see that you are indeed in the middle of a dirt road, that just passes through the town. You very vaguely managed to rescue the name of this town from your very disoriented memory. You do know that you're in Loxend. You don't remember how you got here, but you do know that you are outside of a large building. Seemingly, you want to assume some sort of tavern. Um, but yeah, just outside on the road in the middle of Loxend. You don't remember how you got here. You don't remember what happened, but you are here.
That's normal.
Yep.
What's going on? Huh?
Uh, he reaches down and he grabs you by the arm, rather rough, to just kind of pull you to your feet.
What?
He, if you don't, if you don't want it to toss you into a cell, you best be on your. And as he kind of like lectures you, you just hear a voice come from behind and below you, and you hear a woman's voice just say, "Please, Captain Malgrove, he did me a favor last night. some customers were getting a bit rough. He managed to put them in their place. I actually did want to offer him a room, but it seemed like he was too far gone by the time I came out here. As you turn around to look behind, you see a gnomish woman whose face like vaguely rings a bell, like you might have seen her before.
Yes, the feeling in the back of your mind, but it escapes me. Yeah.
Exactly. She has cool walnut skin with golden brown eyes. Um, in my world, gnomes specifically forest gnomes tend to have like some sort of plant growing from their head, and she has like do you know what a wisteria tree is?
No, but I can Google.
Yeah. Google it. She has a small wisteria tree kind of growing from the back base of her, like the back right of her skull.
Like a plume of purple, pink kind of
Uh,
thing.
like the actual like what's it called? Like the actual tree, I guess. Like
Okay.
a bonsai sized tree, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of
Okay.
like growing from like the back right side of her skull, and it doesn't go out too far, but it grows and kind of like starts curving over like the center of her skull. But like the actual purple flowers drape over her head onto the left side. For a moment, you think that that might like maybe like the tree might take up the majority of her skull, but you do actually manage to see under some of the purple flowers some dark brown hair, kind of giving the illusion of this purple shrubbery being on like a bed of soil, basically.
I see.
Yeah. Um, Obviously she's a gnome. She's rather short. She's standing at like 3'8", you'd assume, and you gather that she is some sort of tavern keep.
Okay.
This Warforge, who you've gathered to be Captain Malgrove, says you don't have to vouch. You don't have to vouch for every drunkard who crosses your way. And she holds up a hand. I know, and I don't. He did, in fact, help me out with a few clients that got a bit too drunk last night, though. So if you would please, and you hear Malgrove give like a huff, but he lets go of you.
Thank you,
You've
Constable.
been yes. You stay out of trouble. And he gives a polite bow, not to you, to this gnome before he continues on his patrol.
I'll try to remember that. So, guess I turn to the gnomish woman. Thank you. And
Well, thank you. Actually, you saved me quite a bit of trouble last night. Mr. She kind of looks for a name.
Ziggy Wallace.
Mr. Wallace.
Yeah.
Well,
To be
I do owe you.
to be fair, I don't remember much from last night.
Oh,
uh,
some drunkards just got. It's not bad. It's not an issue of them being drunk or not. They kind of got too full of themselves, thought they could take over the establishment. I don't know if you were searching for a fight or if you were searching to help out, but you sure as hell put them in their place. Um, and as she says that, you kind of look around and you see that there is a broken window.
that one is vaguely remembered.
I did want to thank you last night. I did want to offer you a room. However, by the time I came out here, you were also passed out, and I can't exactly carry you. So if you did want to come in for a drink, a room, do know that it is on the house.
Okay. Thank you, miss.
And she gives you a nod.
Okay.
So yeah, you are currently in Loxend. You woke up in the middle of the road. You apparently got
Sick.
into a bar fight the night before. What do you do?
That is a great question. Besides the big house that was the tavern, what else strikes me in the area?
Um, Around this area, there are a few businesses like a butcher's, a bakery, a carpentry. Um, if you wander more off, you see a sign hanging down that says Ironclad Forge. More towards the outskirts. Not like outskirts, but like on the edge of town, I guess. You'd see a large stable, um, with plenty of horses. Um, in the distance, you'd manage to make out the sign reading Silver Saddle. On the
Okay.
opposite side, town. Not this Loxton's a pretty small town, so on the other outskirt, you'd see a fairly sizable. I wouldn't say temple. It's just more so like a very large chapel. But aside from those like public spaces, you'd see the barracks. You also see town hall, and obviously a few residential buildings.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So like, would you like to do anything? Would you like to maybe like pop into? By the way, the tavern's name was Shepherd's Lodge. I forgot to mention that.
Shepherd's Lodge. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and there is obviously a general store. The Roaming Traveler.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think of what I want to do. I'll go. I'll go after like kind of wandering around, seeing what's in the town. I'll kind of stroll back to the tavern and kind of just drop in again.
Um, Also, it kind of took you like maybe 2 hours to generally explore. I wouldn't say the majority, but like the more public areas of Loxend, the more centric parts. Um, you pop
Okay.
in, a small bell chimes, and as you actually come back in, or more so approach the Shepherd's Lodge again, you actually do see that there are obviously there's the silver saddle, but Shepherd's Lodge actually seems to have like their own stables. From what you've managed to gather, like the size of the stables, the prominence given to mounts, you assume that Loxton is probably a crossroads town, yes, for travelers, but also focuses mainly on means of transportation. But yeah, as you come back in, a little bell rings over your head, and the gnomish woman perks back up from behind the counter. Oh, welcome back.
I something about a drink maybe. Uh, would be nice. Hmm?
What was that?
Ziggy walked up and Sophia asked about a drink. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, she'll she'll grab a mug from behind the counter and start pouring you some just typical ale. Um, and as she does, so what brings you around here? I haven't exactly seen you here before. Obviously, we got a lot of new faces, but and she'll pull the tap back up, mug full. She'll set in front of you. But I'd say it's my first time seeing someone start a bar fight, or I guess finish a bar fight. Their first night here.
He takes like a small swig.
That's good. To be fair, I don't remember how I actually got here, so.
She raises an eyebrow. Is that normal for you, or?
Yeah. I just kind
Oh,
of wander around. I mostly forget most stuff that happens. I'm alright with that.
okay. Um, were you looking for something in particular? Someone? Something? Work?
So you probably like check his pockets and like,
I can always do with more work.
You can see like the fact that you're so just kind of, I want to say kind of go with the flow. Um,
nonchalant about.
yeah, nonchalant about not remembering anything and not really having a reason to be here. It kind of it throws her off because it just kind of
Why
like
the hell are you in this
yeah,
bumfuck nowhere town without having a fucking reason? Why the fuck are you even here? What the fuck?
exactly like you don't exactly stumble across someone who's just there for no particular reason. Um, well, it is, and she looks back at a clock hanging over the bar. It is midday. Um, she looks back at you, kind of looks you over. Seeing your skills yesterday, with the fight, I can obviously assume you're not new to throwing a punch. If work's what you're looking for, silver, the silver saddle works hand in hand with a ferry company. Their typical route is heading on horse from here to a lake up north, and then taking the river further north to the Daxon region. They're always looking for some extra hands, primarily extra guard. I hear they don't pay all that bad, so if you're looking for a job, that's always available. Around here, though, you'll find I know, Old Man Joe has some rat issues every now and then, but she kind of shrugs as she picks himself some silverware and begins polishing.
Okay. It's a guard job and killing rats.
she she just kind of shrugs. Yeah, not all that much happens here.
That's probably what you kind of want. So,
Yeah, the most we have to deal with on occasion is the occasional traveler that's too full of himself, and the occasional bandits who think that because we're a middle of nowhere town, they can get their way, but the guards are often itching for a fight for the same reason, so those don't tend to go well.
uh, okay then. Think I'll
He like finishes his drink and like,
thank you for the drink and for your hospitality. Think I'll go look at one of these jobs. I think that's probably a good idea.
Of course, Old Man Joe runs the bakery, um, a few blocks down. For the ferry job, you should probably head to the Silver Saddle.
Right.
Though I will, the ferry tends to head out rather early, so you probably missed the one for today. Actually, you retcon that. The ferry leaves every week. The last one left actually last week, so they should be coming back and taking the next crew tomorrow morning.
All right. So sign up and then maybe help Mr. Joe, I guess.
Yep.
That sounds like a good plan. All right.
Down.
And with that, he just kind of leave without saying another word.
All right. So you're heading to the Silver Saddle.
Yes, I think, yeah,
This the stables.
yes.
You make your way to the Silver Saddle. And it's actually, like I said, it is like a very big a very big stable. You see a lot of horses roaming around, a lot of ponies, mules. You even see some axe beaks, large birds with axe-shaped beaks. As you walk into the Silver Saddle, you see a very lean woman, short and lean, standing around 5'2". She looks young. She has cool golden skin with short, dark brown hair and jet black eyes. Something that kind of catches your attention is that she has two small, pointed ears at the top of her head. Not cat ears, but more so like marten ears.
What kind of ears?
Hmm?
What kind of ears?
Marten, like weasel.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
I guess I'll stumble over towards her.
Well, good day. How can I help you?
I was told that there was some kind of job for tomorrow.
Oh, you must have talked about the fairy. Of course. The fairy, and she reaches down under her counter, pulls out a map, and spreads it in front of you. The fairy, travels from this lake, following the river past Vethnia, past, this little patch of forest, all the way up to this little stead. It's not marked on the map. It's just a rather small port along the road. It basically travels this distance. We typically just have extra guards on hand because the occasional bandit tends to try and board the ferry while on the river. So we just need an extra set of hands to help us out with that, should it happen.
Right. Okay then.
Kind of like looks at the map, seeing the route.
Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah.
All right. It just so you are aware, it is 2 days from here up to lake. That'll be all carriage drawn. You alongside the other few guards as well as the passengers. Once on the lake, it'll be about about 2 weeks and a half to port.
Good, huh?
That interest you?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay, and you see her pull out a really large book as she kind of flips through it, and she lands on a page that's full of names. You'd probably assume those to be passengers, ship crew, as well as maybe some extra guards. She turns the book towards you and pushes it, holding out a quill. Just assign your name here, so we know to expect you. She
Yeah.
she taps.
All right then.
He grabs the quill and like big scratchy letters. He writes his name.
Okay, Mister, and she turns the book towards her. Ziggy Wallace.
Yeah.
Please be here tomorrow at first day. At first light, I mean. and we will hit the road.
All right then. Yeah.
Thank you for your Oh, and the pay for this will be oh god damn it, I closed the campaign. The pay for this job will be da-da-da. Let me just roll.
Roll the minimum wage table.
Exactly. It'll be 30 gold. Is that okay?
What even is like the daily wage for like the
I'm pretty
normal-
sure like like for a commoner, let's see. I actually have lifestyle here, but I know these are lifestyle costs. Let's see. Actually, wait here. Let me do some math here quick.
I mean, not that Wallace would fucking know, but
Yeah.
or Ziggy would know, but yeah.
No, because I want to know now. Let's see.
Um,
That's a high
couple
school
of
fair.
couple of silvers per day or some shit like that.
Because for some reason the fucking expenses tab gives you okay, yeah, 12 miles a day. Okay, so it'd be 12 times.
I mean, it's with room and board, I believe, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, that makes up for it. So yeah, that should be fine. Yeah. That's fine. I am not doing technically adventure work yet, and that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it wasn't far off because I was originally got for 20, and it technically would be 20. She's offering a bit more than your usual for this kind of job.
Okay then. All good.
Yep. All right then, we will see you tomorrow. And she gives you a smile, and as she does, like you can kind of see that her canines are a bit sharper than you'd expect, for like a human.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I guess Ziggy will also give her a smile and a wave off and head off into the streets again. So, I guess go to the bakery. Why not?
Wait. As you make your way through Lux and heading back in the direction of Shepherd's Inn as well as the bakery, you kind of see a lot of carriages rolling through town, a lot of people on horses, some kind of guiding packed mules and draft horses. You actually also see someone on an axe beak. You get the feeling that there is a lot of movement going through the town, not necessarily staying, but like very obviously just kind of passing through in a checkpoint sort of matter, restocking before hitting the road again.
Okay.
Yeah. Eventually, you pass by the Shepherd's Lodge again, and passing the Shepherd's Lodge, you catch the whiff of warm melted butter and freshly baked bread as you make your way to the bakery. As you head inside, you are greeted by again this smell of freshly baked bread. In fact, this time around, you actually smell a bit of sweetness. Like maybe let's say like an apple pie being baked. You also catch the whiff of strawberry jam. And behind the counter, you see a short, stout dwarf with dirty blonde, graying hair and a beard braided finely.
Okay. So it like enters. Oh man, that smells good. How much? Tell me.
Huh. Oh, well, thank you. What can I get you exactly? Obviously, price depends on the pastry.
Well, whatever smells is good. I don't.
Well, I did just pull out this apple pie. It'll run you 5 silver. We also do have a few loaves of bread, and he points off in at a corner. You do just see like a shelf with an assortment of different bread, baguettes, rolls. I don't know the actual name of these breads in English, but you get my idea, like savory bread for dinner and whatnot.
Give me a slice of the apple pie. Yeah. So
Of course.
have a gold piece.
Oh, you'll see him wipe his hands on his apron as he grabs a knife, cuts you a decently sized slice. Um, he offers it on a fairly thick paper napkin. Uh, he takes the gold. He gives you 8 silver back.
Okay.
He meant like the whole pie was 5 silver.
Ah. I see.
Yeah.
So like begins devouring this piece of pie. Oh yeah, I almost forgot what like my filled with pie. Uh, you had some kind of rat problem?
Oh, you see his face kind of go a bit red, sort of embarrassed, that running a bakery he has a rat problem.
I'm still eating this pie though.
Yeah. I'm guessing Keltra told you. I do have a bit of a rat problem downstairs in the basement. Luckily, it hasn't been getting too bad. I've managed to keep them away from my main ingredients, but it has been causing a bit of a ruckus as of late.
You want help with that?
I would appreciate it. And he kind of gives you a polite bow.
And I won't promise it will be too clean, but that will be gone.
At this point, that's all I can really ask you for.
All right then. So like, not finishes his pie and is like licking his fingers. All right, where do we go? Where off?
This way. And he guides you from behind the counter into a little room in the back. You kind of see that there, like, back here is like the storage that he uses for the things he needs on hand. Um, and then he guides you to a corner. He opens a little hatch on the floor. Down there, I haven't seen too many, but they've been more than I can deal with.
Okay then. I'll see what I can do. Basically, jump into the into the little hatch.
All right. Um. Okay, I guess like you don't immediately like see any rats about like not off the bat. I mean, so You have any particular plan on how to go about these rats, or is it kind of swing and hope?
Hmm. Maybe I grab like one of my ration packs and grab some hardtack and break it up and put it like in the middle of the room. Like drama before I go and smash.
All right. Give me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
I will not lie. I did not expect you to actually take up this rat job, but
Oh,
it's
I
not
know.
exactly the most difficult to set up. So
In
let
that
me
case,
just...
I'll have to bed. No, no.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're good. Let's see. That's more than enough. Okay. Gonna bring you on this map. Oh, those were supposed to be on the GM layer, but it's fine.
That's a big ass rat. Oh,
There'll be
Jesus.
big rats. They're New York rats, just not in New York.
Oh,
It's fine.
oh Lord.
You don't see them at this moment.
No, I get that.
You're turning down hardtack, correct?
Yeah, I have like hardtack and I crush them up and put them in the middle of the room. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Kind of
Yeah.
punch the hardtack into the wall until it breaks apart.
All right. I'm gonna need you to roll stealth real quick. Like you've crushed up the hardtack, you crushed up the rations, you've left them there. It's just mainly to see like how long it takes for the rats to actually come out.
Oh, I'm gonna stay here until fucking early morning. It looks like I'm gonna
um,
miss the fucking deadline. No.
you crush up the rations. You crush up the rations, and you leave them in the middle of the room, and you lie in wait, and you get bored rather quickly. You start pacing, and then like an hour, and you kind of realize like I probably shouldn't be pacing if I'm waiting for those rats to come out. Another hour goes by, and you start hearing some scurrying, and you actually see one like slowly peek out from under a barrel. But as it does, you hear the hatch open, and what do I call him? Joe? Joe, right?
Yeah, old Joe. Yeah.
Old Joe. Um, you hear old Joe shout down, "Any luck?" And as you do, the rat scurries back into like in between the barrels.
I know that they're down here. I seen them, but I couldn't really do anything yet.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'll leave you to do your thing. Sorry. And you hear the hatch close again.
That's fine.
Another hour passes. You've been down here for about 3.5 hours, just lying in wait. And eventually, eventually, you hear a heavier scuttling, a heavier rustling, as you see these two rats, just kind of come out to feast.
Oh boy, the third order.
But um, they're not suspecting you. I guess they haven't really seen you yet. You haven't moved enough for them to kind of get spooked.
Hmm.
Do you continue waiting, or
I mean, how fast are they eating up the hardtack?
it seems like since nothing has actually come at them, they've in these last 3 hours, they've kind of um fallen into this false sense of security. They they're rats. They don't exactly eat slowly, but they're not like scruffing it down.
So
So how long do you think I have before they have everything eaten?
Oh, I'll say like, did you crush up a whole ration or?
Yeah, sure. I'll say I did that. Yeah.
Okay, so like that's a day's worth of food. Like you, like at longest you'd have an hour. Like if it's just these two rats, you'd have like probably a few hours. But the more rats show up, obviously like the faster it's gonna go. So
Right. I guess I'll wait for another couple of minutes, maybe for a couple more to show up.
okay, you wait another like 15 minutes, and eventually you see a rat from this corner kind of scurry up into the up into the ration. You hear another one. This barrel actually gets rolled over as this large rat just kind of pokes out, and this one eventually makes its way towards the ration.
Okay. Okay. I guess.
You do have a surprise round, so like
Oh
I
hell
don't.
yeah!
You have a surprise round on these rats, so do with that what you will.
Sick. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. No, I'm sick of tired of waiting. All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess I think think Ziggy would like to begin to rage and run up to the biggest rat in the first one.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Roll me attack at advantage. Let's go.
Okay. And it's the. Oh boy, it's the first creature that I am.
You're fighting in this game, yes.
Yeah, but also. While you're raging, the first creature hit on each of your turns, I get extra damage, including my rage as well.
All right.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Jesus. All right. Fucking hell.
Smoosh.
Um, more than smoosh. I don't know if you read through the homebrew rules. I did have the slashing rule up. That's supposed to trigger. That's supposed to trigger on a critical hit. But given that these are rats and that's 20 damage for a rat,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna let you transfer some of the damage to either one of the other three rats surrounding this one, like the remaining damage. I mean.
Yeah, I guess I'll do the one to my right. So just bring out there's basically a sledgehammer with like a slightly bendy handle. Just smash this poor rat. It's a bloody pulp.
All right. So of that remaining 13 damage, which one are you? Which one are you? Which other one are you?
The first one, am I right?
The first one. Okay. Yeah. As you said, just a bloody pulp. Just what do you have? A maul. Okay. Yeah. So it is just a bloody, a fucking splash as you managed to just crush these two. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, like I imagine it's like a bendy, handled sledgehammer from a job that he did not return to.
Okay. Fair enough. These two are dead. And now we fall into initiative.
Hell yeah. Okay. Cool, I'm gonna get ganked on by rats. The mauled.
Rabies does not exist yet.
I'm sure it does, but we'll try to ignore it.
Exactly. I forgot to roll this one separately.
Ziggy is built different. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Okay, that worked out.
Still gonna get my ass beat.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Level 3 barbarian against rats, so we'll be fine.
All of the rats go before you, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I live for this. It's fine.
Okay. You do just hear the rats let out a just squeal and then a hiss. This little one will run at you, try to bite your ankles. Oh, I moved this one by accident.
He's flanking.
He's flanking with the corpse of his fallen brethren. Um, there you go. That's where I'm gonna put him. Let's see. Okay, so he will just try and bite your ankles. That's 20. Okay. Well, shit. For 6 damage.
Alright, so that's 3 from me.
Alright, that's one rat. The second is also gonna scurry up here.
No, I need my ankles. Let go.
I'm gonna move you quick because I actually put the rat under you. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
God damn it.
A lot of small tokens. You should maybe change them into drawings, then you can put them everywhere you want on the grid.
Okay, so this rat is going to attack.
The rat
That's
attack.
a 9.
That's a miss.
Okay. Big rat. This one is gonna attack. I'd imagine these are like the size of a kitten. They're not exactly big, but you know, they're big for rats.
I mean, normal, just regular ass rats already get to that size. I was like imagining like the size of a normal cat.
Fair enough. And fun fact, rats have pack tactics.
Ah, great. The big rats that make all the rules are gonna bite my ass.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or 7.
Ah, the pain. Let go of my fucking shins. Do I round up?
Round down. So it's
Back.
3. Okay.
Yes.
This one's also gonna get pack tactics. For 21. 6 damage. Another 3.
That's my other shit. I need that one as well.
You're up.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna attack the big rat to my left.
Oh wait.
So bring up the mall again.
Hell yeah. Roll damage.
Damn
okay.
big.
Much like the first, you get a wide arm swing and you take both these out with that 15 damage.
Accidental squishing of small rat.
I would like to make a note that the giant rats do have 7 HP. The small ones have 1, which is why I'm rolling it like this because it's kind of like
Yeah,
15 damage is enough to kill the big ones twice over. So.
Ah, yes.
These rats also do a lot more damage than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie.
Good thing I am tanky.
Yep. Okay, that's small rat turn. Still has pack tactics, so he's rolling at advantage. That's a 19 for another 3 damage.
No.
That rat's dead. That rat is dead. This one's up.
I'm just gonna return to old Joe, just covered in little bite marks all over my body.
Yep. That's a 14.
14 misses.
Okay, so he
I got,
misses.
I got a 15.
Hell yeah. Okay. Your turn.
Get boinked.
Get boinked. That does hit, yep.
Alright, so
And that
that's
is
an
11 damage. I will say that just kills this one.
Just one? Alright, cool.
Yep, because for the other two
Understandable.
I did it that it killed 2 because you did double their HP and more so. So
Yeah. Alright.
Yep.
Alright, that's all I can do. So
oh wait, and then the only remaining rat, let's see. He no longer has pack tactics, the others are dead. So that's gonna be that's still a 19. That was the first roll. For 2 damage.
2 whole damage. Alright.
2 whole damage. And it is your turn again.
The pain.
Finish it off. That
Do
hits.
we have to roll for damage?
No, but go for it. Okay,
yeah.
yep. Smush. And yeah,
Okay.
that's you've officially repainted the 4 in red.
A nice crimson.
Eventually, after the swinging and banging and shouting on your part, hissing from the rats stops. After a few minutes, you hear the hatch open, and you just hear old Joe say, "Everything all right down there?"
I don't think you have a rat problem anymore. That's good.
Uh, he comes on the stairs. He sees you, covered in rat blood from the from like the shins down.
Just covered in
He
blood.
sees the nips. He sees the mush of rats behind you. Not, I guess you were not wrong in saying that it wasn't going to be clean. I'll deal with that later, and probably set up some traps to hopefully avoid this. Though I don't think that blood's gonna come out anytime soon.
Maybe figure out where they're coming from.
Yeah, that'll probably help too.
There's a
And
giant
he,
hole in the floor over there.
yeah, I should have probably. I probably should have covered that when I got. It's fine. And he takes a step to the side, allowing you to traverse the hall and go back upstairs.
Okay. I guess I'll do that. I like to imagine he just tosses the rats back into the hole.
To get back to sending a message. Eventually he falls back up. He closed the hatch. Well, that was I'd say efficient. Outside you can see it is golden hour, the sun is going down. I'd say efficient, but it is almost 6 o'clock.
How long was he even down there for?
You did wake up at midday. You spent 2 hours exploring the town.
Yeah, true.
And you were down there 3 hours waiting for the rats to come out.
Yeah.
Right, job payment, yes. Well,
Oh yeah, get paid
since you
for jobs.
you got me there, and here, take this as a bonus, and he'll offer you the rest of the pie, as he digs under his counter for some coin, and he will give you.
Just gonna count this as an extra ration, so I back it up to 10.
All right.
That's all right.
Yep, that's fine. He'll give you 10 gold and fucking hell.
Roll on the
10 gold and 7 silver. I'll give you 10 gold and 7 silver.
Hell yeah.
Uh, he takes one of your hands in both of his, and he just shakes it. Thank you again. Those rats have been a pain in my ass for a while, and he'll let go of your hand, and he'll pull up the his pant leg, and you will see that he does also have a lot of bite marks from these rats.
Ah. Well, I guess it was a pleasure. So, no problem.
I'm guessing you head out.
Yeah. My time, my cue to leave.
Wait. Uh, it is around, let's say, 5:30, maybe 6. You still got a few hours of daylight, but not a whole lot. I don't know if you wanna do something else before calling it a night.
Um, you said there was the chapel, like for a specific god, or
When you saw it, you didn't see like anything necessarily descript outside.
so not necessarily.
Hmm?
So not necessarily attached to a specific god or goddess.
Not that you saw from the outside, no.
Right. I think I would like to go there for a quick second.
Wait. Um, you make your way to the chapel. Um, out of the oh, hello. Out of the buildings in Loxen, the chapel is actually one of the nicer, seemingly better kept ones. Um, you walk inside. There's obviously the pews. There is the podium where the clerics stand to give their sermons, and behind behind this podium you see a glass mural of stained. You see a stained glass mural. That's it. You see it's kind of divided. Trying to figure out how to describe this. It's a circle, large circle glass, stained glass mural. On the bottom, there's like I guess like a sliver of the circle, and you see um, a seemingly elven face, eyes closed, green hair kind of spread out, with her hands holding holding the second layer of the circle, which is I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. Which at its center has another elven woman, but with um long red hair. She has one of her hands in front of her torso and the other above her head, and there are pink petals falling around her. And above them, you see stars and a seemingly dark-skinned elven man with long white hair looking down as stars surround him. Um,
Okay.
mhm. As you walk in, you are greeted by a uh, you're greeted by a olive green skinned lizard folk with bright yellow eyes. He has this dark blue cloak on. This dark blue cloak also has silver trimming with seemingly silver spots. Um, and he says, "Welcome, welcome to the sanctum of serenity."
Serenity.
Serenity.
Serenity. Uh, Would I know anything of that? Or is this just a place to pray, basically?
Um, roll me, uh, roll me a religion check. It's a low DC.
Go -1.
You know, um, it takes you a bit to kind of connect the dots, but as you do, you notice you're able to figure out the three deities that this stained glass mural is depicting. You gather that the elf on the bottom is Terra. Um, God damn it. Oh, the bot. Is Terra, the land mother. In the middle, it's Win, the bringer of seasons, and all the way at the top, it is Esprim, the otherworldly guide. You it and upon realizing that, you kind of piece together that these three gods are gods of travel in their own right. So, um, generally speaking, this temple is for those who wander or travel.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, is there maybe a place where I could take a moment to pray, maybe?
Of course, we have the pews. And he kind of gestures his scaly hand to the pews. Or would you prefer somewhere more private?
Thanks for a second, but nah, I think a pew is just fine. He kind of stumbles over, takes an empty seat, and out of his bag, I think he would grab 7 coins and lay them out in front of him.
Okay.
For like a second, he like takes a moment, like, hey, Fortuna, keep me safe on my next travels and whatever I do. And quickly grabs the coins again, and it turns to the to the lizard folk, and it's kind of like waves them off as I head back out.
You just hear him say safe travels, and he lets you on your way.
Me. And this will probably head to the tavern back, I guess. Yeah.
All right. As you head in, it is a lot more busy than it was at midday. You see that this large tavern is now, I wouldn't say full to the brim, but it is quite packed. You see a handful of barmaids and waiters tending tables, bringing drinks, bringing meals. At the back, you do see the gnome, who now you know to be Keltra, pouring drinks, barking orders to the kitchen as the dinner rush is in full swing.
Okay. Uh, guess we'll saunter up to the bar. Try to get the attention of the gnomish lady, even though it's very, very, very hectic at the moment.
Yeah. Um. Her name is Keltra. I'm a fill out.
Yeah. Yeah, Catherine. Okay.
Yep. Obviously, Keltra's very busy, but as you kind of wave your hand to try and get her attention, she kind of does a double take, and she says, "Oh, Mr. Wallace, welcome back. What can I get for you?"
Something that can eat probably, and a place to sleep for the night. Maybe a wake up call as well. Yeah.
You see her like she has 4 mugs of ale that she is filling as you place your order. And she says, "Oh, I'm guessing the ferry job went well." And she finishes topping up each mug, setting them in front of different patrons before getting another mug and pouring it for you.
Thank you. Yeah, they just gave it to me. Didn't ask too many questions. So,
Yeah, and you hear a shout to the back. Basically tonight's special. Before she puts the mug in front of you. They don't typically tend to ask for much information for guard jobs. The guard obviously does their job rather well, but an extra pair of hands never hurts. Just that it's hard to come by since people are coming and going very frequently. Not a lot of people stay around to try and take up jobs.
okay. Thank you.
Yep. Go on.
Well, thank you for the drink and the room later as well. Yeah.
Yep, the room's already under your name. Actually, before I forget, and you hear her rummage through a little box, and she lays down a key in front of you. Your food will be out shortly. And as she says, like 10 minutes later, your meal comes out. It is a batch of steamed vegetables with what seems to be rabbit and a small side of some sort of curry.
Okay. He'll happily eat it and kind of sit around for a bit, and eventually probably head to his room and crash.
All right. The night comes and goes. Keltra doesn't charge you anything. She's counting this as part of her payment for your help with the drunkards. Um, you sleep rather well. Um, obviously tired from the rat hunting, um, exploring Lock's End, and the hearty meal you had. And the next morning, at first light, you hear a knocking on your door, and you hear Keltra say, "Uh, Mr. Wallace, first light."
Yeah, thank you, Kaltra. Thank you. As he
You hear, yeah, you hear the
groggily
patter of her feet. Yeah, you hear the patter of her feet. Walk from the door, and she leaves you to get ready.
yeah, she kind of takes a moment to wake up and slowly heads to the stable. Yeah.
All right. How many rations do you have?
I have 10.
10. Give me a second. Um, before you head off, Keltra will give you not like a small box of like preserves, I guess. Some cheese, some crackers, not stale bread, but like I don't know what it's called. The bread that kind of takes a while to go bad, and some dried fruits. And she'll give it to you, saying that's basically another thank you for your help. And she'll say that part of it is from Old Joe. Those will count as another 5 rations for you.
Oh, nice.
Must thank you, Miss, and also Mr. Joe as well. You guys being so kind.
Thank you. And she'll wave you off.
All right. Give her a smile. My missing tooth smile and set it back up.
All right. You arrive at the Silver Saddle. You outside you can see a small group of people, a small group of actually no, a fairly large group of commoners. You see the very lean, short woman that you had seen before. Her hair is actually kind of all over the place. You see that she has bedhead and she looks very groggy. Uh, as she's kind of tending to the commoners, getting them settled in their respective carriages and carts. And next to her, you see a tall, pale-skinned, blue-eyed man with silver hair. Not silver as in like gray, as in old, because he actually looks rather young. It's just kind of seems like chromatic, I guess.
Okay.
You gonna walk up?
Yeah, I'll walk up.
Am I still on time?
Uh, you can see that the woman kind of looks at you groggily and just says, "Oh, she kind of snaps her fingers a few times. Um, something, Ziggy, Zag, yes. And
Ziggy.
Ziggy, I'm sorry, I'm not a morning person. Sir, this is Ziggy. He signed up for guard duty. And the man looks you over, kind of sizing you up. Ziggy. Okay. Um well, I don't know if Fleetfoot here explained the job, but you will have food, obviously lodging, as well as some free time while on the ferry. We'll be paying you upon arrival to the port. Does that sound good?
Sounds fine to me.
Perfect. And he holds out a hand and he says, Aaronwell, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'll take his hand and shake it. Maybe a bit on the harder side, but
He kind of gives you a grin at that. And after a bit, he and Fleetfoot kind of walk off, getting everyone settled. And about after an hour or so, um, all the passengers for the ferry are on their respective carts, and you are told to join the guards in the back carriage to begin heading your way to the lake up north.
all right. You guess I'll do that. No problem.
Your journey up north is actually it's not short. It's a 2-day trip. But it's relatively uneventful. In this carriage, you are joined by another 6 guards to be oh, they seem to be I guess like nation guards as opposed to just adventurers they've hired on. Small banter is had, nothing really special, just kind of passing the time. And eventually, on the evening of the second day, you arrive at the lake. Everyone is quickly boarded onto the ferry, which is actually rather large. The commoners, merchants, and adventurers take their place in their respective rooms, and you are told that you are to take night watch the following day, and basically they give you all a rotation for your shifts.
Is it somewhere where where Ziggy can just like find it and see it, or is it something he has to
Yeah,
remember?
no, there
Okay.
there is a yeah. Um, like they kind of give you they sprawl out individually, and they give each one of you like a little schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get kicked over the side because I'm not doing the fucking job.
Um, for the most part, the trip on board goes rather smoothly actually. Like it's still water, obviously. It's not rough. There's no waves because obviously it's not the sea, and the river is actually rather large and calm. It's actually rather nice. Just being able to sail um along this river. Um, around day, let's see, around day 14, you actually manage to see off in the distance the small silhouette of a city. Whether whether or no you know that that's Bethnia is up to you. But yeah, you eventually pass by a city in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, and a day, yeah, let's say a day after you pass by that, you find yourself going through a valley. Um, it's actually it's very nice. The skies are filled with fluffy clouds. The breeze is fresh. You hear birds chirping, and all in all, it's a nice evening. It's a very nice evening. Um, some might even say too nice, as while you are sailing, you begin to hear the crashing of water. But obviously, you've been on this ferry for almost 2 weeks now, but it sounds off. You've gotten used to the sound of the ferry navigating these rivers. This river, I mean. And this just sounds different. I'm gonna need you to roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Okay, cool.
Excellent. Okay. Um. I'm gonna yeah. You are on the left side of the ferry, and you're actually on a higher level. Like this ferry has 3 different levels. You're on the second one.
Right.
As you see, very quickly approaching a small rowboat with a sail actually. And you see 3 people with masks covering their face. Um, with masks covering their faces, quickly approaching on the left side of the ferry.
Okay. Is there like a higher up nearby that I can see?
Higher up, no, but you have like you guys were kind of paired up when it comes to working these shifts.
Mm-hmm.
You do have like the guy you were paired up with next to you.
I like tap him on the side of the arm and like, you see that? Went over to the boat, kind of fast approaching with the mask and the weapons, probably.
Oh crap! And you see him begin to shout upstairs, where you know that another one of the guards is stationed. And as he does, you begin seeing these people board.
Huh.
And I'm gonna pull you on this map. You see?
Oh yes, I do. That's quite a
Okay.
barge.
Yep. Um. And because of your warning, you also hear some commotion on the right side of the ferry, and apparently there is another rowboat approaching.
Okay.
Because you were able to spot it as quickly as you were, there's no surprise round on behalf of these bandits, so we're just gonna roll straight initiative.
Okie
Let me get the initiative board up quick.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Alright. That's good.
Is it good indeed? Let's see. Not as good. Okay. Better. There we go. Okay. And the bandits.
Damn. They're fast as fuck.
Fast as fuck, boy. I'm actually gonna do some retconning actually. This man's over here. And this one's here.
Okay. The scarier boy is still approaching.
Yep. I will say, they these the ones that are still approaching will board in 3 rounds.
Okay.
So, descending. We will start off with this guard. The guard back here. Oh. The guard back here. He will rush up here and I know he's gonna dash. He was here, so he's going to dash. He's gonna go from here down here, just kind of jump it and make his way here. I make him jump, but this bandit's turn, seeing that they've been caught, is not gonna hold back.
Preparing an action.
He is going to point a light crossbow at you. That's an 11.
Just goes wide.
Yep. And it is your turn.
Okay. Yes, I will rage. Thank you. Yes. I'll turn and go down the stairs with my maul. Yes, that is perfectly 30 feet. And I'm gonna bonk the guy who shot at me.
Alright, go for it.
Fuck.
Oh shit. Okay, yep, that's a miss.
Damn, these fuckers are a bit. They actually know what they're doing instead of the rats. No.
Okay,
Darn.
this guard on your right is gonna see these boys who have already boarded, and he's gonna run up 30 feet. You see him pull out a spear and just chuck it. He's gonna chuck it at this one, the one over here.
Okay.
Oh, I had music for this. Give me a second. I thought I was setting it before.
It's a very
That's not
chill boarding.
Yeah.
Very relaxing.
Oh, is it gonna play?
If anything, that other song was even more relaxing.
I skipped over it. Come on. Skip. There we go.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna yeet that. It hits the bandit, and it does too. The same bandit who just got hit is gonna run up to this guard. And it's gonna meet him halfway. Gonna try and hit him with a scimitar. Meets it, beats it. He is going to deal 3 slashing. Let's see. Where the fuck is this guard? You hear this guard actually you don't see anything happen. But then moments after this little skirmish goes down, you hear a horn get blown from the 3rd level of the ferry. And you recognize that as the emergency horn, kind of a heads up to the rest of the guards on board that something is going on.
Ookadoogie, yeah.
Yep. This guard, seeing that you just ran up to them, is gonna try and hit you. That's a 9.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And your buddy up here, who was a bit slow to react, is going to let's see, can he's going to go up here and toss one of his 2 scimitars at this man's up here.
Okay.
Not scimitar, a spear, I mean.
Okay.
Yep. That's a 21. That does hit. And he deals Jesus. He deals 7 damage to this bandit. That's round 1. There's 2 rounds left on the bandits approaching. Since the horn's been blown. Well, great. I'm actually gonna. I'll say the next round. The rest of the guards will come up to help.
Okay.
This guard who was approaching is also gonna take his action to dash once more. That's gonna be his turn. The bandit. Oh wait, this bandit didn't take its. This bandit, now with a spear in his shoulder, actually like through his shoulder, is gonna try and stab you with a scimitar. That's a 19.
Yeah.
That's 3 damage. Or I guess
so
half because of brain.
I run down, right? You said?
Yep.
Alright.
You're up.
Alright. I'm just gonna look at the guy with the entire spear in his shoulder. I think you would prefer this than just
That hits.
Alright, so that's 11.
Yep, you just smack with the maul, man's out. And dead.
It's better this way.
It's better this way.
It will not have healed good.
He talks like he's a horse. Okay.
I mean, either that or remove his entire arm, I think.
Fair enough. This guard is gonna continue fighting this bandit. Take his spear in both hands. That's a 7. That does not hit. This bandit's gonna meet him.
High rolls across the board.
Yep. Gonna meet him with a scimitar. That does hit. He takes 4. Okay. Okay. Where's this guard? Okay. this guard is going to... Oh, shit. That. He's going to throw down a spear from where he is, down to this little rowboat.
Okay.
That does not hit. And then he is going to jump down the stairs here. The bandit who
Alright.
originally kicked off this no, he didn't. Or did he? I don't remember actually. He's gonna try and stab you. That's a nat one. Well, shit.
Great.
Yep. This guard is gonna join you down here. And he's actually gonna give you flanking. And give himself flanking in the process too. So it's gonna be a +2.
Okay.
That's a 19. And he deals 5 damage to this bandit.
Okay. Nice.
The 1 round has passed. There is 1 round left on the bandits, but since the horn has been blown, you're gonna be joined by another 4 guards. As you see 4 guards come out from under the deck. Oh.
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
They
They
just
rolled their
returned
initiative.
from the map.
Yep. That's 4. Oh. Well, numbers, that's what counts.
I mean,
Okay,
they're gonna help eventually.
Yeah, eventually. This man seeing his buddy in trouble is going to chuck a spear at this one bandit down here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be his second spear basically, so he'll be unarmed until he recovers his spears. So he moved
Oh look, one in the shoulder.
That is true.
Oh boy, shoulder spear.
Hey, that's his turn. This bandit's dead. You're up.
All right. And I get a +2, right? Yes.
Yes, because you're flanking with this guard.
Yes.
That's
Well,
okay. Okay,
cool.
go for it.
I have already I have rolled 2 natural 20s and a natural 1. Great.
Jesus. Okay. Yep. This man is dead. Anything else? Yep.
I'm gonna run in this direction.
All right. This guard is gonna continue fighting with this bandit. That is a 6. They continue fighting, with minimal progress.
Wow.
This guard is gonna join him.
Like 2 Pokemon that only know growl.
Exactly. He does manage to hit, and that's a 7 for the bandit. Barely standing, this one is. Weighing his options, he's gonna keep this bandit's gonna keep attacking the same guard.
He has no other option.
Yep. He hits though,
Let's go.
and that's 6. He seems insistent on taking this guard down with him, I guess.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Cue 5 minutes from now when he's gonna get tossed over the side in a pine box. Oh no.
This guard will... Yep, he's gonna join these 2 up here. and just try and finish this man off. That's an 18. I don't think the damage really matters. Yep, this man is dead.
All right.
Da-da-da. Let's see, he moved 15, so he has 50 movement left, and he will join you down here. Which one are you? Are you the one over here? Oh yeah, okay.
What?
The one over here on the right. I'm like, where is he? The one who chucked a spear and missed the guys down here.
Let's
Yep.
see.
You hear him calling out to you guys actually that there is another rowboat on this side as he tries to chuck his second spear. Let's see if he'll hit one of these men. That he does not, and he is unarmed. Okay, excellent.
Gosh, this only fucking gives a protection.
He chucked two, and he missed both. This man's dead.
These guards are great.
Yep.
Love them.
Hearing this man call that there is another set of bandits coming, he's gonna ready his action here. Same with this man. They're gonna ready their action. Actually, move this man down here. And this guard is actually gonna pick up one of the spears and hand one to this man who was left unarmed before moving 20 feet down.
Right.
Round 3, the bandits finally coming close and managed to board the ferry. Looks like there we go. That triggers these two's readied actions. That's a 6.
Nice.
Oh, scimitar actually. That's fine. And on that one. Okay.
The rolls are hot today.
Yep. Okay. The bandits are now rolling. That's a 13. A 4. And this man's who you see he stands a bit more intimidating than the other bandits you've encountered thus far in combat. And yeah. Now with spear in hand, this man is going to run up here, take a stance next to you. This bandit's dead. You're up.
Alright, the guards around me would see me like fiddle around with on like the side of my goggles trying to find something. I like find like a really small little lever as I pull it down. The goggles begin to like glow up into the direction of the captain.
All right, go for it.
Alright, so he has to roll away. Believe it. Yeah, dex save.
Okay. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. Okay, I forgot that was a lot of damage. Okay. Dex
I believe-
save.
Aren't you also like nervous? I believe.
Yeah, I
No?
nerfed it a bit. I think I nerfed it for the charges. It's a
Oh,
one
yeah,
per
true.
day, I believe. It's a
If it's-
16. It's save or
It's
suck?
let me see.
Or is it half damage?
Let me check that. Check. No, I think it just misses that.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Well,
Unfortunate,
well,
but
Anyway, no.
that's hefty damage. Okay.
I risk Kyrin or then.
Yep.
This blinding light just kind of words him as he like sidesteps.
Um this guard's gonna join. His buddy's down here. He's badly wounded, but he is still fighting. Let's see.
Cool.
He's hits. This bandit up here takes 3 damage. The one at the top here takes 3 damage. Dead. Gonna run over this man's body. Oh. Do spears have reach? Spear.
It's a good question. I believe spikes have like 10 or 15, but I'm not sure if spears have that.
They do not. They just have versatile. Good to know. Then he's just gonna take his action to dash, kind of get into a better position here. Gonna go over here. This bandit, seeing that this man is not doing all that great, is gonna take advantage of that and stab with the scimitar. That hits. And that is and you see this bandit just run his scimitar straight through the jugular, and this guard falls.
God damn it. They killed Joshua.
Captain's turn. Okay. He's gonna turn to you.
Hi.
And
You see that weird flash? I don't know where it came from. It wasn't.
he is gonna turn to you, and you see him pull out a dagger. Give me a second. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's weird. He pulled out 2 daggers actually, and he's gonna throw both of them at you.
Okay.
That's an 8 and a 13.
Cool. I don't think I still have rage. Do I? Anyway.
Oh, because you didn't take damage, right?
I didn't take damage, and technically, I believe the blasted goggles aren't a tank. I think. It's like a ranged weapon. Don't go towards the rage thing.
Do I not? Does it have to be melee attack?
I believe so.
Let us check.
I mean, I have enough rages, but still.
Yep.
Let me see.
Just to know.
I'll figure this out later. I probably have to rage again.
Okay. Fair enough. Let me know when you read that up. But yeah. Okay. That's the bandit captain. This scar is gonna take a stance on over Joshua's body. Cause yes. And it's gonna attack two-handed spear. He lands a hit. Another 3 for the same bandit. The unarmed guard is just gonna kind of make his way down here. This bandit is gonna attack with his scimitar. That's a miss. Wait, what bandit was that one then? Oh, that one's dead. Okay, anyway. Still misses. see. That hits. Another 2 for the same bandit. Let's see. Guard. Spear. Miss. Jesus. I feel like they either roll really high or they just do not. This man's gonna go here and hand over one of his spears to this man who is unarmed.
Fearless.
Yep, spearless. This guard is gonna he's gonna stand in front of you momentarily, throw a spear at the guard captain. That's an 18, I believe that does hit. That it does. And that's 5 damage for the bandit captain.
Nice.
Dead. And oh wait, this guard actually gonna take a step out of your way. You're up.
Alright then. I guess I'll redo my rage. Because what I find that ranged or thrown weapons do not count towards the rage upkeep.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
That's fine. And I'll run up to the captain. Why not?
Alright.
And my divine fury comes back every turn. Hell yeah. No,
Okay.
for a second I thought it was only one say combat. It was not. Bonk him.
Sweet.
15 hit him.
Meets it beats it. Go for it.
Ookie dookie, that's 16.
Okay, that's 16 damage for the captain. Your calculator. Yes.
Calculated amount of love.
Yep. Okay. That's a hefty hit. That's your turn, right? Bonus action and action.
Yeah, I don't got. I mean, except the rage, but yeah.
Yep. Joshua's dead. That bandit's dead.
No.
This guard is going to flank with you on this really, really wounded bandit.
Oh.
He gets a +2. That's a 13 with that +2, and that hits.
Nice.
As he just spears this man straight through the torso, and he drops. This bandit's dead.
All right.
Let's see, that's that guard. That bandit's dead. The bandit captain is going to look at you with this kind of crooked maniacal smile. And he is going to try and hit you.
I like to imagine Ziggy also has like a smile on his face, but not in my Annika.
Okay, he's gonna try and stab you twice with his scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12, and that's a 7. That does not hit. Okay.
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out how. This guard's gonna step over. Jesus, they are really bunched up here. I showed. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
It has some AoE damage, some alchemist fires or some shit.
Yep. These guys are just gonna pile up on these bandits now.
Oh,
Let's see. That guard misses. This guard up here, who finally got his spear back, is gonna chuck it again.
Again? Again?
It's gonna chuck it at the captain, from up at the stairs, and he still misses.
Kind of pushes into the water. God.
This
This guy's a
bandit,
really-
he helped to bring more people out, but that's about all he's done. This bandit also misses. This bandit is dead. Jesus, y'all are bunched up there. He is. Okay, yeah. He is going to actually do a good little dance around here. You are now flanking with this man for the captain, and these two guards also flanking for this bandit. He's gonna focus on the bandit since they're a bit weaker. He hits, and that is for 8 damage to this bandit.
Nice.
This guard is unfortunately not flanking with anyone, so it's just going to be a straight hit. That misses. And lastly, this guard who is going to join the fray on this side and try and stab Captain. 22 for 3. This guard's just gonna kind of stay here. He y'all are just kind of packed in here, so he just get kind of pulled
It's
back.
already over. I'm leaving. I'm going back to bed.
I went back
You
to
guys
bed.
got this.
This bandit, I believe, is dead. You're up.
All right. I kind of want to toss the captain overboard.
I mean, you can try.
Hell no.
The shove action does push enemies back 5 feet. I must say, if you go here, it'll force him to make a dex save into this corner. If he fails, he goes overboard.
Alright. I mean, I'll still get hit by this guy, but I'm fine with that.
Okay, fair point. He is that's the guard sheet. He is going to try and stab you as you leave. That's 10. He doesn't hit.
Yeah. Was a shove action with a saving throw or just a straight?
You're gonna roll athletics, and he is going to roll. Let's see, shove. I believe it's strength versus strength. It might be strength versus strength or athletics, or acrobatics. I mean,
Right.
Let's see.
Okay.
Shove.
Dashuv.
Instead of making an attack roll, you make an athletics. Athletics checks contested by athletics or acrobatics. Okay. Let's see.
Think of what he does.
That's a
God damn it.
22. He manages to he sees you kind of step back, ready to just shoulder shove him, and he plants his feet firmly, and he stays in place.
Okay. Shame.
Very much. Man,
you could have been a recurring character.
He's gonna. He could have been a recurring character now. He's probably gonna die, but it's fine. Joshua is dead. This man is flanking with his buddy. Gonna try and finish this. Nope. The bandit.
He could have been like, "You've took everything from me," and I could have been like, "I don't even know who the fuck you are."
I don't even remember you.
Basically, yeah.
Dead. Captain's gonna look at you and be like, "You want to dance?" And he's gonna try and shank you again.
I actually don't remember how to dance. I just almost get stabbed.
13, 22.
1 or 2 hits.
Okay, that is going to be 9 slashing.
Okay.
Uh,
There.
yep. This guard is up. He's gonna try and finish up this bandit. That's a 21 for 9 damage. Once again, clean through the torso. Bandit falls.
Nice.
I think this guard has killed most of the bandits. Um, he's going to take the place of this this dead bandit,
All right.
and this one's just unarmed. Like, man's just
His brother's almost completely surrounded.
I'm just gonna kind of like sit here and just like you can see, like you turn back to him for a moment, you see that he's kind of at a loss what to do. He has no spear, so he just kind of just awkwardly cheers you guys on. Like even he's confused as to what he's doing at this point.
This guy lost 3 spears, didn't he?
Yep.
How are we gonna explain this to the fucking captain? Yes,
Yeah,
sir. We killed all of the bandits. All right. How many? Where did the spears go? Water. What do you
Water.
mean water?
This man is gonna try and hit the captain. Oh. That misses. Great.
That's the reason.
Uh,
Why the pay is so low? They have to keep remaking all the fucking spears.
yep. This man's gonna kind of squeeze in between here. I close up the sheet.
Damn.
Stab. That hits. And he's actually flanking with you now.
Damn.
So that's 7 damage to the captain. Let's see.
Maybe at this
You-
point, just keep him, just capture him instead of killing him. No, it's not even killing him. This is murdering. This is
Yeah.
ganking up on the random dude. This
I
shit's
mean,
not
you could
okay.
bring it up. You can bring it up, and you know, if you'd like, I'm not against that if you want.
Hey
Bombing
guys,
is a
I
free
think he's I think he's good. I think this is over.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a persuasion check at advantage, as this captain kind of just looks around at the fucking how many guards are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guards around him plus a Ziggy. So like,
What's the Ziggy? That's at least 3. No, so persuasion you said, right?
Mhm.
This is the average, so 13. Why did I put it?
He kind of glares at you and then at the surrounding guards before holding up his scimitar and just dropping it. And as he does, these 3 guards just kind of tackle him to the ground.
3 Stoogers jump on top of him.
Exactly. They all tackle him to the ground and just pin him there. And he looks at you with just a scowl. And I'm gonna say that combat is over now.
Okay.
Yep.
That did not look. That was just straight up police brutality for. Ah, cool. Only one of them left. Have to beat up on him.
Listen, you know.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
After a few, these guys, like you guys, have gone around to the point that the guards are just kind of tripping over each other to just tie this man up. Eventually, you guys tie him up. you do have one cell on this ferry for these out of the ordinary circumstances, and you just kind of lock him up. I don't know if you want to
Alright.
converse with the captain at all, or if you want to converse with any of the guards, but hey,
Not necessarily. I don't think so.
fair enough. Um, um, that evening, I mean, like shortly after you guys imprison this man, and everything kind of settles down, the commoners kind of had gotten freaked out because bandits try to take over the ferry. Um, but eventually everything settles down. Um, you do put poor Joshua into a coffin because man's dead, and you put the other bands into duffel bags. Um, exactly. Eventually, what did I say this man's name was? Erwin? Erwin?
I'll be honest, I do not remember. Neither do
I
I,
think I
nor
said
does it. Eh,
yeah, I'll just say Erwin. Erwin, the man with pale skin and chromatic hair,
yeah.
approaches the guards, and just kind of like basically um thanks you all for defending the ferry, as well as he actually kind of looks at you, um, and just gives you like a little nod, I guess you could say, like tipping an imaginary hat. Um,
Okay.
well, I'm glad to see that our improvised hire has managed to pull his weight. I appreciate it, Mr. Wallace.
No problem. Guess just doing my job, yes.
Of course. Um, well, let's not let this drag down the ambiance for the rest of the trip. Um, we're all just kind of gathering at the mess hall for a small celebration, hopefully also lighten the spirits of the passengers. Feel free to join us. Uh, he kind of looks over at the guards who look like they didn't even get a scratch on them, and he'll kind of readjust your guys' schedule to account for one less guard. Um, and that night, as he says, it is just kind of a light-hearted get together with the passengers. Most of the guards, they have the bare minimum posted out in case anything should happen. But uh, drinks are poured, meals are had, and um, Erwin's mission of lighting the spirits of the passengers could be considered a success.
Alright.
And yeah,
Very good. Very good.
very good indeed. After that night, after that night, the rest of your trip goes off without a hitch. Some of the guards, they weren't unfriendly to you, but they were like obviously you were the odd one out. The rest of them were guards. They kind of worked together for a while, but after this whole experience, they do kind of warm up to you a bit more. They converse with you freely and share stories from their time training and the time back home, so on and so forth.
Okay. That's
Yep.
nice.
You guys proceed the rest of the way. The other let's say 5 days up to this little port, and it is just as Fleetfoot, the lean short woman had said. It is just a settlement. There are stables. There is a small lodging area, not necessarily and then just seems to be kind of dorms. Um, Not really a town honestly. It's just three buildings on the side of this little dock where the ferry arrives to. upon arrival, Erwin gives each guard their own pavement, and he gives you the 30 gold, and he actually tosses in another 20 for the bandits that were apprehended and the bandit captain that was actually brought in. So that brings her total up to 50.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
So I have 119 gold pieces then.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Can't wait to sit for
He
that
puts a hand.
on that.
He puts a hand on her shoulder and says, "Again, thank you very much, Mr. Wallace. It was a pleasure having you on board. And um, if you're ever looking for a job, do know that the Loxton Ferry will always have a place for someone such as yourself. Um, if I may ask, where are you heading next?"
He like looks off to like the tundra and like, to be honest, no fucking clue. But I think somewhere in that direction. I think that's a good way to go. Like random ass direction.
He lets out a hearty laugh. Well, if I could give you a suggestion, the largest city, or at least one of the most transited cities from here, is Silvervale. Silvervale is actually a trading city. They always have a need for strong folks such as yourself, be it for escort or for um, monster hunting, bounties, so on and so forth.
That does sound like something I would enjoy. Yeah.
Well, if it is, then I believe it is off in that direction, and he points in the opposite direction that you were pointing.
Imagine he just grabs me and just point,
Yep.
like literally moves me to point in that direction. That way. Okay.
It
Kind of
shouldn't
looks around for
be.
a second. Yeah, that way. Okay.
Yes, it's just follow the main path. It shouldn't be all that far. Maybe about 10 days travel, maybe a few more. 10, 12, give or take.
Yeah. I should be able to
Just
do
out,
that. Yeah.
yeah, just out of curiosity, what kind of clothes is he wearing?
It appears to be some kind of everyday worker clothes from regular ass town. So, some kind of really beaten down leather shoes, uh, cloth or woolen pants with like suspenders and like a white button-down shirt, and of course the headscarf, and the blasting goggles.
Yeah. Okay, then, as you like during like the last 3 days of the journey, you would have started to feel the cold of the Daxon weather. Not Daxon, the Avalon weather kicking in. Um, One of the merchants that was actually on board the ferry is a tailor. If you like want to buy like at least a coat for your trip, something kind of warm.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. A decent coat, like something to just like from shoulders to maybe knee length would run you a gold, and it would be rather warm. So
Yeah, I think I'll do
let's
that.
say 3 gold. Yep.
Trigo. All right, that's fine. All right.
Oh, yep. So new coat on. Um, Payment obtained. I'm guessing you set off.
Yeah.
Okay. Question that I also had to ask Wyatt and Tyler. Do you have like camping supplies and whatnot?
He has a bat roll. Uh, that's about it.
Okay. Um, is about it?
Hmm?
Hold on a second. Oh, that is true. Okay. Um, there is like a little outpost if you want to buy like a tent or anything else. Like if you want, like a bedroll is sufficient enough to just kind of camp out. But like if you want to buy a tent, blanket, I don't know, like whatever else, you can.
No, I think Ziggy will just mostly forget about it, and mostly just he doesn't. He'll be fine
Oh, okay, fair enough. Um,
with the
then
new
yeah,
code
you
as
set,
well.
yeah. Then yeah, you set off westward to Silvervale. As you go, the weather is not a lot colder. It's not like you're freezing to death while in Daxton's territory, but it is colder than what you're used to, at least when compared to Loxend, from which you recently remember.
Yeah.
As you traverse, it's actually rather peaceful. You do see a few people coming and going, a few adventurers, a few merchants. In the distance, you do see like the occasional farmstead with the occasional farm. During one of the days that you are traveling, you do feel the cold a bit more as the winds just kind of pick up and for a second just kind of slow your travel as like these are strong winds, like enough that you feel yourself getting slightly pushed. But eventually they'll subside. And after 12 days, you see Silvervale in the distance, and you actually see carriages lined up outside the city gates, ready to move in to this city. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Passing them, you head inside, and you see this large city built of stone brick with stone pathways. You do see a lot of merchant stands popped up on every corner. A lot of hustle and bustle as people go in and out. And it's generally a lot more busy, especially in contrast to Loxend. Like Loxend had a lot of people just like passing through, but here there's people just like setting up shop, announcing their wares, and just seemingly searching to do business.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I must. Yep, I must say it's around 5 p.m. by the time you make it to Silvervale. What do you do? Like, what would Ziggy's move be at this point in time?
Uh, Great question. No clue. Uh, well, like a bit, like, I mean, it's only like late afternoon-ish, right?
Yep.
It's probably just kind of wander streets, kind of see what it holds. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Just wandering through the streets, you'd see a lot more shops and buildings than you saw at Loxend. Even in the back of your mind, you do like this is one of the largest cities you don't remember because it's kind of very vague, very muddy. But it's one of the largest cities you feel that you've been in. Um
All right.
as you kind of walk through, you do see you see okay, Yeah, as you're walking in from the west entrance, you do see stables being you see yeah stables being run by a warforged who is tying up mounts, giving mounts back to their owners. You continue on, you come across what seems to be a general store, being run by multiple halflings just coming, going in and out. At one point, you walk past a tailor, and through the window, you see this young tiefling man measuring an elf, um, probably getting a suit fitted or something along the lines. You continue, you pass by a a fairly small yet tall building, and outside there's a Luxodon with a handful of pseudo dragons standing on him. Yep.
Okay,
And yeah.
that's cool.
And eventually, yeah, you reach a quaint looking inn. A quaint looking tavern and inn. This is just like what you see coming in from the west side.
All right,
Yep.
that's cool.
There's more
That's nice.
to be explored, but yeah,
For now, this is enough.
for now.
Nah.
Yes.
Understand though. Alright, I'll enter the quaint tavern. Sure.
Uh, as
Yeah.
you enter, there is a lot of people because very busy town. Um, and although it is kind of packed, like the vibe in here is quaint. It is comfortable. And at the bar, you do see a old looking turtle. But the thing about turtles is that all of them just kind of look old. Um,
Ah, yes, the curse of being long
a
living.
turtle.
Even the younger folk are fucking ancient.
Exactly. Um, she has kind eyes and has this apron somehow just kind of draped over her um her front and partially over her shell as she just kind of pours drinks. She's taking her time with it, and you can tell that she's having conversation with those at the bar in a way that she's somehow managing to keep a decent conversation, not like rushed, like, oh yeah, 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 but actually taking the time to converse with her patrons, but not in the way that keeps her held up from her job. Like she's managing to serve drinks and converse very well in a very balanced way. As the rest of her staff just kind of go to and from table, taking orders with a smile, serving patrons, and occasionally sharing um the rare laugh here and there. Just very quaint, very warm atmosphere, all in all.
Okay. Nice, nice. Very homey feeling.
Yes, very indeed.
Uh, Big City would have just kind of sit at the the fireplace for a bit, kind of heating himself up for a short while before heading to the bar proper.
All right, as you head to the bar, the turtle looks at you and she gives you a warm smile. She says, "Oh, I haven't seen you around here. What can I get you?"
Something to warm myself up with, and maybe some food and place to sleep for the night would be nice.
Of course. And she she gets you a key first. She puts it down in front of you, and then she turns her back to you, and she begins pouring some drinks. You hear a bit of the conversation she's having with another patron, something about um something about cost of property. With another patron, she's talking about how this patron's daughter has recently started her own adventure and how he's worried for her. And eventually she turns back to you and she lays down a mug of hot cider. Where are you joining us from?
Huh? It's like grab the drink. Bit of a question to look on his face. Huh? What do you mean?
Where where are you coming from? Where are you from?
I just came from Lux and just did a job from there from the ferry. If you're asking that.
She gives you a small chuckle. Luxand, that's rather far south. Far from home, aren't you?
I don't think it's my home. Just took a job there.
She kind of gives you she gives you a questioning look, but she shrugs. Well, as they say, home is where the heart is.
You would see Ziggy make a very cool, like, it kind of looks like he's thinking really fucking hard, but where the fuck is even home at this point? Where are my two wives? No, probably two different towns, but yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
As you're kind of thinking, your train of thought gets interrupted by this halfling man, not halfling, half elf man, just setting a tray, a platter of food in front of you. I mean, uh, your food, and it is just like, have you seen those bowl? Have you seen that soup that they like that pumpkin soup? But they actually just they use the pumpkin itself to serve the soup. I don't know if you get my drift.
I haven't,
Like
but
it's
that sounds
yeah.
sounds nice.
It's pumpkin soup, but it's actually served inside this small pumpkin. It basically like they use the pumpkin itself as a dish.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have like a few slices of bread with it.
Mm. As it like kind of snaps out of his deep fire, like, oh yeah, thank you. Uh, how much do I owe you?
That'll just be 3 gold 2 gold. 1 gold? I'll say a gold.
Yeah.
A gold. Yeah.
I give it two anyway. Uh,
Okay. Fair enough.
yeah. It's like drink on my hot cider and eat my pumpkin soup.
Pumpkin soup.
Good soup.
Yes. I actually imagine that as you're eating, this turtle attempts to keep making small talk with you. However, how how successful she is, I'll leave up to you.
I mean, he'll probably tell as much as he knows. Just he doesn't know it well.
Fair, fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, Towards the evening, you actually kind of notice like half the tavern empties out, and half the tavern stays, and you kind of gather that the half that stayed are probably guests at at the inn, and the other half are just residents of Silvervale who like to pop in and spend time here as a community. Yep. I'm guessing after the meal, you head to your room and call it a day.
I think that's it's a good way.
Yep.
Good. Yeah.
All right. The room is rather quaint. It's actually a bit bigger than the room in Loxland. The blankets are a bit thicker given Silvervale's weather. So I guess for the first time in the last 2 weeks, you're not cold as you go to bed. I imagine that throughout your trip here, while you weren't while you weren't cold to the point that you couldn't sleep, you'd always wake up with a chill.
Yeah, just not cold
Yep.
enough to get frostbite, but enough to feel.
Exactly. Um, 'Tis the next morning.
Me.
I guess.
Alright.
Yeah. What will you do? What'll you ask? Where would you go?
I don't know how much you have actually prepared, you know.
I won't. I know where I'm getting you to. I won't necessarily railroad you straight there. Like if you do want to like just kind of walk around, like I don't mind. I don't mind just improvising on the spot.
I guess just wake up and head downstairs and talk to the was it tortoise lady, right?
Totally, yeah.
I've been wondering this. Are you from around here, or come from somewhere else?
Oh, I'm originally from. Let's see, map.
Quickly looks at notes.
I am originally from Rincona Ward. Down south. However, I have spent the last. How long do Toro live? I feel like Toro like one of those races that should live a while and they don't. Let's see.
It's probably at least outlive slightly an elf, you would think.
They live 50.
Wait, 50?
Yep. However, I
What?
have
What?
spent apparently so. It doesn't make sense, but I'm
Okay.
gonna say that's bullshit.
It's like the same with Aarakocra. Is like, all right, parrots can outlive their fucking owners. Meanwhile, the parrot people they barely outlive fucking goblins.
30. Yep. I'm gonna say that's bullshit. So she'll say, however, I have lived the last they live more than 50 in my world is what I mean. I have lived the last 40 years here in Silvervale, so I do consider this my home.
Hmm. Well, that's nice. You know, any places where I could maybe find a job or kind of odd jobs?
Odd jobs. There's always the Adventurers Guild. Um, they do have a bulletin board out in front of their bureau. They usually post odd jobs given to them by the common folk. I do believe they'll be your best bet.
Okay. Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the food and the room. And gotta head off again. Maybe I'll see you tonight again. I don't know.
Of course. If you do if you do return, do know that the door is always open for you.
Thank you. Let's see.
wander off, try to find an adventurers guild. He did not ask where it was. And just
Yep. Roll me a perception or investigation, whichever one you'd prefer.
yes, a +2 or a -1.
Yep.
Alright. Well, doesn't fucking matter. It's like waiting for rats all over it.
It takes you a bit to kind of find where the bureau is. You kind of end up stopping at any fancy building you spot along the way. Eventually
Enter,
you
drag in the mud and the snow. Is this the
Yep.
adventurers guild? No, leave.
Exactly. Eventually you do you manage to stumble upon the town square. And though that's not the Adventurers Guild, right next to it you do spot the bureau. The building itself isn't all that grand, but the bulletin board in front of it is pretty much packed with different odd jobs. You see stuff like collect X amount of so and so. Help me get to so and so, so on and so forth. You see a series of quests, basically ranging from escort missions to fetch quests to collection quest, monster hunter,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. Yep,
Kill 15 bats in the forest. Ah, cool.
exactly.
15 boar asses. Ah, I see.
However, as you do look them over, there's one of them that kind of catches your eye. You can't exactly say why. It just kind of does. Like just going off vibes, I suppose. In which
The font
it
on this
basically
is immaculate.
exactly. In which it basically boils down to a botanist within the outskirts of the Merry Woods. I guess you could. It says like I need help. I haven't figured out the quest exactly yet, but basically says need help with a strange appearance near my apothecary. And signed by insert name here, the botanist. I still need to get to that, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's a work in progress.
Yep.
Alright. So,
Um
outside the Merry Forest, you said? The Merry Woods?
yep. You
That's
kind of
not
see
the
that there's
entire green part, or?
you can kind of see that there have been multiple of these flyers on this same tack, I guess you could say. But most of them but one has been ripped out. And as you kind of get it, you flip it over, and it basically on the back there is a map, and it just kind of limits this area out. And
Alright.
there's a little dog here.
Okay.
Yep.
Another couple of days travel, okay.
Yep. And you do see the date. There's a date, like a limit, I guess you could say. And you do see that this place is out. It has a week out from Silvervale, and the limit, I guess you could say, the due date, I guess, for when she would prefer people show up, is about a week away.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as in, if you want to be able to catch uh catch this job, you should probably head out.
Uh-huh. Is there any
Yeah.
more info than just please help apothecary go here first?
It says
If you don't have anything, it's fine.
yeah.
I'll go.
The details I have are like group wanted, and by By the sight of like the flyers missing, you could assume that other people have already taken those flyers, and will probably be there too. It just has group wanted for extermination, and then
Okay.
basically go here.
Kill monitor.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess I'll grab the flyer with the very nice font, Comic Sans, and
Yep.
put it in my pocket. And I guess I should probably get some more rations, to be honest, because that was 10 days of walking.
Yep.
Which means I have like 5 rations over at least. So I
Yep.
guess I
Yep.
would buy somewhere more rations.
Yep. Keep track of those. I will. I am using rations.
I was guessing as
What?
I was guessing as much. Let me see how much actually rations actually cost.
5 silver. Yep.
5 silver. Okay. I'll just buy like 10 more. So like 5 gold. So I got 15 rations again. Hell yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Sweet. I'm guessing you're just heading off. Like right after, like
Uh,
right
oh
after
yes,
you
I have
fought.
food. Very good.
Okay.
The minimum.
And as you head out of the north exit of Silvervale, I guess that's where we're gonna call it. Throughout this
Alright.
whole throughout this whole session, you woke up I wouldn't say hungover, but just kind of in the middle of like in the
Middle
middle
of
of
the street.
Loxent with no clue of what you got there. You apparently ended a bar fight.
Sounds about right.
Yep. You nearly got arrested for loitering. You got your you got covered by the barkeep what was her name?
Caltra, guess you sent
Keltra,
it to
that's
me.
it. Yep. Keltra. Um she basically pointed you in the direction of multiple odd jobs, including one at the ferry and one at the with the bakery with a man called Old Joe. After signing up for the ferry job, you completed the mission with Old Joe, albeit after a few hours of just waiting for the rats to show up. Um, the following day, you headed off to the ferry, um, where you signed up as a guard. Your travel went fairly well up until bandits tried to take over the vessel. However, you and your fellow guards did
Alright.
quick work
Alright.
of the bandit.
R.I.P. Joshua.
R.I.P. Joshua. And you are the voice of reason in this tense moment and saying like, hey, this man is basically surrounded. How about we don't just kill him?
This went from self-defense to murder very quickly.
Exactly. So thanks to that, this bandit captain was spared his life, not his freedom though, because obviously he tried to commandeer this vessel. You were paid a bit extra because of this, and you were pointed in the direction of Silvervale. You stayed the night at this inn, and eventually you took up this job and now are heading to the Merry Woods. And yeah.
Yeah.